Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 Dreamcast review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Marvel vs Capcom Clash of Superheroes, which if you've never played it before, it's a versus game of like fighting beat 'em ups type thing. Sorry, it's because I read the word versus on the screen. Anyway, at the start you've got your arcade mode, your versus mode, your survival mode, training mode. Cross Fever's not lit up because I don't have 4 pads in. It's basically 4 player because it's a tag fighter, so you can each control a character. That is fantastic, at least for me, because I love tag battles where you can do that. Options, you've got your usual. You can choose difficulty, you can choose a timer on or off, you can choose your game speed, you can move the screen around, you can customize your button config and that. You can save everything and then hit load, which I'm just going to do now, so it saves, so it loads my controller profile. And that's about it then, really. You can also switch vibration on. Right then. Survival's pretty obvious, you just keep fighting until you lose. Versus is pretty obvious, you fight someone. And arcade's pretty obvious, you fight a number of enemies, you get to the end, you get their ending sequence, and then that's it, you start all over again with the other one. I'm going to be going into versus purely and simply because it's much easier to just wheel on a human opponent. As you can see, there's 15 fighters at the start. There's another 7 that can be unlocked, however they are actually pretty difficult to unlock, and I've not got around to even unlocking one of them yet, let alone all 7 of them. But it does mean that there's a roster of 22 fighters, which is pretty decent, and there's some good names there. There's Captain Commando, Zangief, Ryu, Chun-Li, Morrigan, Strider Hero, Gambit, you know, it's just like some really cool ones. So I think I'm going to choose a bit of Mega Man and a little bit of Zangief so I can have Capcom and Marvel at the same time. It then randomly chooses a little assist character for you, because obviously if you've only played if you've only played Marvel 2 and Marvel 3, you'll not really know that the assists were different back in the old days. Basically, as I say, it randomly chose a character for you, and then, it's just selecting a stage, and then you can push 2 buttons together and that character will come out and do their assist, and you get a number of them. So I think I've got Juggernaut and I can only use him 3 times, whereas my brother has got, I'm not actually sure who that is, but he's got 7 of whoever that is. It's just, other than being able to get cheekily nabbed there by that, there's mine, there it is, and mine's, as you can see, a bit of a powerhouse compared to his. But other than the assists, there's nothing really different about how this Marvel vs Capcom works. It's something that if you've only played 2 and 3, you'll be able to get right into playing it. It is just your standard Capcom 4-button fighter. It's thankfully a hell of a lot better than I think the 3-button fighters that they do, but still probably not as good as their 6-button fighters that they do. But even so, it's very good gameplay wise. Graphically it looks fantastic, and musically I'm going to let you listen to a little bit of it while I think about what else I need to say. So that was a little bit of the music then, and what else can I say about it that I haven't already said? As you might have gathered, it's far more similar to Marvel vs Capcom 2. There's a couple of things I can mention that are pretty standard for the Marvel v Capcom games. When you swap to a different tag partner, you're actually able to have their energy heal a bit. So as you can probably see, if we just stop still for a sec, Gambit's energy on the top left is flashing because it's currently charging. So it means that there's also a lot of strategy there, because quite often you'll want to swap to a different character if they've got a large red bar that they can then heal up again. But that's pretty much all I can say about the game. It's just an absolutely fantastic fighter, beat 'em up, whatever you want to call them. I still think it holds its all against Marvel v Capcom 2 and 3. I'm very glad I bought it, and it has just been announced as a HD remake coming out soon as well, so you've not really got any excuse not to check it out. Well, that's pretty much all I can say about the game, but there is something I did want to say. I've not really done this before, but it's just to say a personal thank you to someone. It's a guy on eBay called Berroo. He was incredibly patient with us. He was helping us every step of the way, because as I said in an earlier vid, I'd always wanted a Dreamcast and I never got one, so it was something I always wanted to rectify, and it turned out to be a great surprise present for my brother and my mum for my birthday. And I just basically are therefore needed to buy pads, VMUs, rumble packs, games, things like that. And he deals in a load of stock that's all brand new, because obviously the Dreamcast didn't fare that well over here. So there's warehouses out there that's just full of new unused shipment and just stock and that. So if you're looking to get a Dreamcast, maybe like me, you never had one and always wanted one, or maybe you did have one, you loved it and you're thinking, why the hell did I ever get rid of it? Try and find him on eBay. His name's Berroo, and as I say, he's got pretty much everything you'll need, from pads, VMUs, rumble packs, to games like Marvel vs Capcom, Jet Set Radio, Metropolis Street Racer. He's just got all sorts of stuff, and you know fine well he must be a good guy and have a lot of patience, because he's just dealt with me, and anyone who's been on my channel longer than 5 minutes knows just how annoying I can be. So once again, thank you Berroo, you really have been a lifesaver with us. So there we go then, that's been the review. I hope you found it helpful. I don't score the games because that's based purely on opinion, so instead I'll leave you to make your own mind up. So thanks for watching, and if you've got any questions about the game that I didn't answer in the vid, or that hasn't been answered in the comments, then feel free to ask and I'll help if I can. Also, if you did find it helpful, don't forget to check out my channel, because there's plenty more like this up there. And don't forget to subscribe, because there'll be plenty more to come as well. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.